guys, so for about a year now I've been working on a book which is all about fitness and training. I would say it's a manual of sorts. So the training manual has an exercise library. It has extensive knowledge of programming, and programming is basically how you make your own workout like plan, and then how you can change that like on the fly, how you want to change it depending on what your goals are. So it has all that knowledge, and it has 18 sample plans included and more. So if you're interested, leave a comment below. You can very easily crush social anxiety by doing one simple thing. And that simple thing is focusing on the other person. I mean this by focusing on what they're saying, what they're feeling. Asking questions, diving deeper into the things that they've said. Because what is social anxiety, really? Social anxiety is where you are thinking about how other people are going to perceive yourself. So what is that really? Why do you care if other people are going to perceive you a certain way? Because it affects you. You are thinking about yourself. If others perceive me this way, how will that affect my standing socially? How will that affect me? That's really what you're thinking about. Anxiety is thinking about yourself, essentially. It's thinking about what could happen to myself. It's sort of like a fear monitor, in a way, that your brain uses. Like, what could happen to me in this scenario? Like, I'm going down a dark alleyway, having some anxiety, because, someone may jump me, someone may attack me, someone may rob me, or do whatever. It's anxiety because it's fear. You're fearful because something might happen to you. And that's what social anxiety is. And so to counter this, which is basically to counter thinking about yourself, think about the other person instead. When you think about someone else, you can't have anxiety. Because to have anxiety means you need to think about yourself, but you think about someone else instead. You're focusing on them. You're focusing on what they're saying. You're listening with intent. You are in the conversation. By doing that, you'll easily crush social anxiety. So how do you do this? How do you really focus on someone else? Like, I was never taught, Yeah, sure, I was never, formally taught either. Listen to someone. What does that mean? The best way is to summarize what they've said and then repeat it back to them. If someone said, I'm having a pretty crappy day today, I didn't get to do much fun at all today. It's mostly work. Just not really exciting. You can start off with just repeating exactly word for word what they said. But eventually want to move to summarizing what they said. So instead of saying, today was crappy, blah 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 blah, you can say, it sounds like you had a tough day. You didn't get to do the things that you wanted to, and because of that, your day's not the best. And then after you said that, you can ask, did I get that correct? And if they say yes, you did your job, right? You summarized perfectly. And if you didn't, well, that's good for you too, because then you can get another try to listen in, to understand them, right? Because if you understand them, you're focusing on them. You're not focusing on yourself. That's what we want. Another way is to ask questions. Dive deeper into things. You can ask, how did that make you feel when this and this happened? How did it make you feel when your boss was complimenting your coworkers for your work? And they can reply with, it's really frustrating. And then you can sort of elaborate, or you can form some conclusions. Like, damn, that was really frustrating for you, wasn't it? Like, you did all the work, but then your coworkers just took all the credit for you. And nothing was given to you. Like, you feel cheated in a way, right? And they can reply with, yeah, I feel that way, or whatever. So it's diving deep into a conversation. It's being with the other person. It's trying to empathize, trying to ask questions, trying to understand them. And by doing that, you focus less on yourself. And by focusing less on yourself, you decrease your anxiety. But you can ask me, what about circumstances where I'm not already talking to the person? What if I need to approach someone? Same thing. Focus less on yourself. Focus on them. Something that's helped me is when I want to approach someone or talk to them, how can I better their life in this moment? How can I bring a smile to their face in this moment? What can I do to help them? It makes me focus less on myself. It makes me focus less on, what could happen to me? I'm kind of scared. They might they might be having a mean face and they'll reject me or something. But if you focus on what you can do for them, how you can help them, that makes it so much easier. So for example, if there was a girl that I like, that I see, instead of focusing on, she might reject me, what I'm going to do, she might reject me if I walk up and ask her, I would think about, how can I make her laugh? How can I make her smile? How can I brighten her day? How can I improve her life in this moment? And it's this sort of thinking about the other person that'll distract you from the anxiety. It'll get rid of the anxiety for you. So with social anxiety, with anxiety in general, anxiety is based on yourself. It's based on danger to yourself. But if you don't focus on that, if you give yourself something else to focus on, focusing on the other person, what you can do for them, how you can be more selfless to them, how you can serve them, that will get rid of your anxiety.